YouTube? We have leg day again. I do one leg day a week. We are starting out with unilateral movements as usual. For this week, I'm starting out with unilateral hamstring curls. So I do my left leg first. That hamstring tends to get good activation. My right one is now pretty even in terms of activation. So now I don't have to start with that one first all the time. So I'll alternate between those just so I'm getting both love on both sides. So I'm going at a nice controlled pace, getting the weight up and down. What I'm going to do is after this one, I'm going to go straight into the same machine into my Bulgarian split lunges. Now, there's two different ways you can do this. If your knee crosses your toes, that's going to be more quad focused. I'm doing a superset where it's straight hamstring to hamstring. So I'm going to make sure I'm keeping my hips as level as possible. I'm resting my leg on the back and trying not to push off of the back pad. As I'm going down, I'm pushing up through my heel. Once I leave from those unilateral movements, I shift right over to my banded RDLs with the dumbbells. So I get my machine set, I wrap my band around. I chose a black band this time to make sure I'm really getting a little bit more tension. Usually I use the green one, so we went with black today. And I pick a nice comfortable weight where I'm getting good activation, good resistance, and I squeeze up at the top, really thrusting at the top to get that band and that last little bit of activation that I need to get into my lowest piece of my glute, which sits pretty low. So I have to do a full thrust at the top. If you don't feel comfortable thrusting, don't do it. And just really focus on just the general movement of going down, squeezing the glute up, but just taking out that last portion of the thrust at the top. So that's going to be person dependent, what you feel comfortable with, what you've learned, what you've trained. But for me, this is what works for me. So I'm going to keep on doing it. So once I move from this movement, we're doing a pretty good rep range on this one. This one did about 20 reps. I come out of there, band out, and I go straight into my goblet squats because now I'm going more into the quad focus. I got the little platform where my toes will angle down. If you don't have this platform at your gym, you can use a standard plate, like a 25-pound plate or a 45-pound plate. It's going to probably be easier to use a 25. So you get your heels up. I'm doing a neutral stance just so I can get inner quad, inner hammy at the same time, but with a quad focus primarily. Then I'm shifting straight into my leg press. I'm getting a good little bit of range of motion for where I need to be. For me, I stop the knees down in terms of my full range of motion once I feel my upper hip flexor contract. Once I feel that, that's as low as I need to go. If you're going so low to where your low spine rounds under you and up towards the front of your body, you've gone too far, in my personal opinion. That's going to lead more to back injuries, which you don't want to have happen. So choose a comfortable weight. It should be kind of heavier in traditional sense on this motion because leg press tends to be a lot easier than a lot of other motions. So I put the pretty good weight on there and just really control that motion up and down and really making sure I'm feeling that full range of motion up into my hip and all the way down towards the knees, really kind of slow and controlled and making sure I'm getting that good bit of tension. So as you've noticed, I lift lighter weights on some things, heavier weights on some things in the traditional sense of what heavy means as in more weight. For me, I can make anything feel heavy. So now I'm going into this example here is my finisher where you can make anything feel heavy. So I'm going through this. My leg extensions, they're going to be superset with the frog squats that are coming up next. What I do is leg extensions, frog squats, that's one round. That should be 25 reps, 25 reps. So total of 50 reps. So what you're going to do is you're not going to break after you do the frog squats. You're going to go straight from the frog squats, straight back into the leg extension and repeat. Once you get through 2 rounds, you can decide if you need rest or not. You most likely will, but I just stop at my 2 rounds. Sometimes I go more, just depends. I'll stop at my 2 rounds and then the workout is done there. But that way it's my 4 total sets. I like to stick with 4 total sets. Just in general, that's just what I've always done. So it kind of keeps me just where I want it to be. So you come straight over here, right into your frog squats, no rest. Don't try to walk around and get a sip of water and check your watch, check your phone. Don't do none of that. Go straight into the movement. Now, if you need to do a little pause in the movement, not ideal, but to get a little bit of recovery so you can finish strong and finish the full rep range, take a little breather if you can't go straight into those frog squats. The key thing is you want to really just get your mindset to really feel that burn and embrace that burn because it's going to happen no matter what. If you were doing 15 reps, it would still happen.